The idea of having a rotor that could be small and then become large when you weren't space constrained was something that we were trying to go after. A large rotor kind of limits you in certain ways. You can operate in narrow spaces, land on small ships. So how do you get a structure that is so stiff also to be able to morph or change its shape? I didn't like the idea of using large actuators to force, to muscle a structure into a different shape. The thought process that we used was to try and use the forces of nature as much as we can to morph the system. We don't need motors, we don't need gears. And this is based on a very simple and yet a very wonderful principle that as you change the RPM of the rotor, spin it up faster or slower, the centrifugal force on the system is going to change. And therefore, if you take this blade and actually break it up, kind of a telescoping blade, there is a spring that's connected to one end here. As you spin it up faster, the centrifugal force on the outer sliding part is going to be greater, and it's going to deflect the spring and pull this blade out. I have been thinking about the subject of morphing for many years, and the idea of, what can you use to get it to morph on its own? That was something that was working on my mind for a long time. I was in the bathroom putting in a new roll of toilet paper, right? You have to kind of push it so it comes out, put the toilet paper in, and then it springs back. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, here is a spring-restrained telescoping device. And you could have a variable span blade, a rotor blade that's working on the same principle.